All right, welcome in everybody to Patterson Ice Arena. We're here for game 2 of the Grand Rapids TPH Kickoff. West Michigan Varsity 16U Green takes on Chesterfield. First period begins. Mitchell, Moore, and Lopshire up front. Hohendorf and Rocco on defense. Chesterfield with possession in their own zone. Mid-ice, Hohendorf steps, puck continues on, Moore presses at the blue line. Chesterfield pushes ahead in the corner. Pass back to the point, Chesterfield shot in, save, rebound will be held by Buck Jabraki, West Michigan goaltender for game 2. Moore, Mitchell, Lopshire up front. Chesterfield keeps it in the zone. Shot in, and that one deflects in for a goal. Chesterfield comes out hot. And they take a 1-0 lead early. Ayler up front. Chesterfield with possession again. Played through mid-ice. Pressuring. Around the back of the net is Ayler. Rocco clears the zone. Chesterfield plays in neutral. D-to-D in their own end. Smilish pressures. Chesterfield D-to-D. Now a pass through neutral goes long. Luke Hooper over for Timpey. Timpey's pass doesn't connect. Picked off by Chesterfield. Lucas Smilish gets it back. Chesterfield, though, able to corral the loose puck at mid-ice. Timpey deflects. Chesterfield can't get it in. Now taken by Timpey. Crosses the red line and dumps it in. After it is Ayler, deep behind the Chesterfield goal. Chesterfield goes D-to-D behind their own net. Deflected out to neutral zone. Loose puck for Timpey. Timpey plays it back to neutral. Ayler had it chipped off his stick. Chesterfield with possession. Intercepted by Timpey. Chesterfield takes it back. They'll drive it in. Puck put down low. Timpey with a good hit behind the net. Timpey sends it out far side. Smilish will clear the zone. Budwarman's out along with Poulin. This is Poulin. Poulin navigates his way through. Turnover. Chesterfield puts it in the wall. Timpey's there. But Warman gets a stick. Gets it up for Poulin. And Chesterfield takes possession. Chesterfield in neutral zone. Moore plays it back in the zone. Chesterfield goes D-to-D. Far side. Poulin steps. Moore at the blue line. He goes down. Chesterfield after the loose puck, near side. They've got room. Chesterfield top of the circle, in on Jabraki, a save. Moore clears. Chesterfield gets the loose puck. They send it back near side. Some quick movement out of the Chesterfield team so far. Here's Poulin with the turnover. Into neutral zone. Chesterfield puts it back. Chesterfield drives it in. Played by Kuhn. And played up the near side wall to Poulin. Kuhn over for Budwarman, goes long. Chesterfield steps and dumps it back in the West Michigan zone. Poulin with a backhand held in. Chesterfield towards goal. Puck goes right of net. Pushed out to the wall. Budwarman sends a pass through the middle, just long out of the reach of Ayler. And Chesterfield able to dump it back in deep. Puck far side, Hohendorf, back to Kuhn. Kuhn up the wall for Lopshire. Lopshire's pass in the middle. Chesterfield pulls it back in the zone. Played back to mid-ice. Chesterfield will be Pass near side, touch pass, and in the zone. Big hit by Kuhn on the wall. Mitchell behind the net. Mitchell up the wall for Lopshire. Parker holds, finds Kuhn. Puck loose. And played ahead by Hohendorf. Hohendorf drives it through mid-ice. Hohendorf into the middle on his forehand. Played back towards Lopshire and deflected up into the goaltender for a whistle. Moore, Lopshire, Mitchell up front, Rocco and Hohendorf on defense. Face-off played by Mitchell, top of the zone, gets it to Moore at the wall. Moore pulls it up to the middle for Lopshire. That's pushed back in the corner. Battling, Mitchell behind the net, gets pressed on the wall, Moore in to help. Chesterfield comes, Lopshire with a slap shot that goes over the net. Hohendorf steps down from the point position. Hohendorf behind the net, takes it to the near side, pushed into the wall. Chesterfield, loose, the point man. Rocco's shot, deflected out. Mitchell on the far side wall, he'll hold it, try to hold it there. And Chesterfield able to clear to neutral. Rocco gets the puck and dumps it right back in. Hard around the wall, far side, Mitchell sends it back behind the net. Chesterfield has to chase near side. Breakout on the near side wall, held in the zone nicely by Mitchell. Chesterfield trying to get it out. Lopshire, good hit at the blue line, loosens the puck up. Here's Rocco with possession, finds a pass for Smilanich. Smilanich down in the corner, up the wall. Rocco puts it towards net. Ayler behind it. Ayler moved into the corner. Smilanich after it. Chesterfield can't get it out. Smilanich, top of the zone, finds Rocco. Rocco shooting lane in front, played by the goaltender. Behind the net it goes. Now it loose in front. Smilanich turns, shoots off the post. Ripped from the point by Timpey, wide of net. Smilanich after the loose puck. Loose far side wall, gets past the defender. Chesterfield, nice job by Timpey, presses play into the wall. Timpey after it behind the net. Into the corner. In to help is Rocco. Up the wall, point man, can't hold it in. Chesterfield will cycle it out. After it is Smilanich. Chesterfield tries to dump it in. Luke. Big hit there on the wall. Moore into the corner. Luke Hooper with two big hits. Timpey behind the net with it. Loose now on the far wall. Chesterfield wrapped it around the near side. Timpey. He gets pressed into the wall. Chesterfield holds it in the zone. Puck to the far side. They'll bang it around the wall. Near side, Timpey will have another chance at it. Smilanich in to help. Timpey wins the battle, moves it out to neutral. Bidwarman chips after it and put in deep. Chesterfield with it in neutral ice. They'll cycle it back into their own end. Pass near side goes long. Icing waved off. Timpey will play behind his own goal. Brings it back near side, sends it back into neutral. Chesterfield trying to break it in. Comes in the zone. Pressured by Moore. Into the wall. Loose. Poulin. Back up the wall. Moore sends it back into the Chesterfield zone. They've got it D to D. Pass knocked down. After it is Poulin. Poulin in his own zone. Off the wall. Chesterfield can't hold it in. Comes out to neutral. Near side. And Chesterfield dumps it in. Poulin with control behind his net. Poulin's pressure. Chesterfield takes it away. They pass out to the point. Point man sends it around the wall behind Jabraki. Braden Kuhn gets pressed into the wall. Moore comes in to help. 2-on-2 in the corner, trying to loosen the puck up. Through the air and out to neutral zone. Mitchell with a stick on it. Mitchell holds control. Mitchell from the shooting lane. Shot saved by the goalie. Loose on the far side. Dumped in by Mitchell. Picked off by Chesterfield, and they rush it ahead. Good D there by Poulin. Mitchell gets the loose puck behind Jabrocki. Mitchell with speed now on the near side. Ooh, has it taken away from behind and put back in by Chesterfield. Neutral zone. Mitchell pulls the loose puck. Bryce Mitchell takes it wide. He's run off the puck. West Michigan off on a change. Puck sent back into West Michigan end. This is Rocco. Rocco, now Moore finds Lopshire. Puck just a little long. Neutral zone play. Lopshire rips it deep. Goaltender comes out, softens it up, puts it back in the near corner. Up the wall, Moore cuts him off. Chesterfield behind their net. Pressured there, taken away by Rocco. Loose in the feet, Rocco's trying to find it. Chesterfield pulls it into the wall. Loosen back up. Chesterfield trying to find a breakout here. Comes out to neutral zone for Moore. Moore puts it in deep. Giving chase in the near side corner. Chesterfield up the near side wall with it, and they'll have room to move it out. Into the West Michigan zone, Rocco pressuring. Puck played far side corner. Puck loose to the point, puts it in, tries to put it in deep. Rocco after it along with Moore. Goes through Moore's feet. He's going to chase it near corner. Whiffs on the dump out. Gets it to Smilanich. Chip to neutral. Chesterfield. They'll go D to D in their own zone. And now try to carry it back into the West Michigan zone. Hohendorf on D. Chesterfield puts it wide of net. Good hit in the back of the net by Rocco, and we'll get a whistle as the puck rests up onto the back of the net. Fast-paced game here at Patterson. 1-0 your score. West Michigan got some good opportunities. Chesterfield as well. This one will be played out. Here goes Poulin. Poulin on the near side. Takes it. Oh, he lost an edge. Puck played back to neutral zone. Timpey will play it back for Ayler. Ayler holds at the blue line and dumps it in. Goaltender plays it into the corner. But Warman after it. But Warman, Poulin, and Ayler up front. Timpey and Hooper on defense. Held in the corner nicely, but Warman digs after it. Chesterfield able to move it out. Ayler gives chase. Nice job by Hooper. Chipped that one into the player bench. And we'll get a face-off just outside of the defensive zone. Ayler on the face-off, Poulin and Budwarman up front, Hooper and Timpey on defense. Chesterfield wins the draw, they bring it in. Try to drop pass, couldn't connect. Point man though holds it in. Wrapped around the corner, Hooper will find it, far side corner, hard off the wall. Held up, back in the corner, Chesterfield's there. They try to center a pass, deflected by Poulin. And Poulin takes it across mid-ice. Crosses the blue line and dumps it in deep. But Warman on the far side corner. Chesterfield with possession. Big hit by Poulin. Puck loose near side. Hohendorf after it. Timpey picks it off. Can't dump it in. But gets it back and gets it deep. Chesterfield behind their own goal. Hohendorf pressuring. Lopshire now on the ice. Chesterfield Loose in the neutral zone. Lopshire with it. Gets it to Hohendorf. Hohendorf crosses red line and dumps it in deep. Far side corner, Chesterfield. Played up the wall, picked off by Mitchell. Mitchell through the middle. Now near side, tried to feed it low, couldn't get it there. Poulin dumped it in, but off sides. Chesterfield plays it behind their net. Now Hohendorf goes into pressure. Mitchell pressured well, but Chesterfield able to push it through. Loose in the neutral zone. Kuhn with pressure. Lopshire delayed offsides. Chesterfield able to play it. Chesterfield dumps it in deep. Slap shot off the side of the net. Far side corner. Mitchell and Kuhn pressure. Mitchell trying to dig it out. Moves it up the wall for the point man. Chesterfield shot in from point. Saved by Jabraki. Lopshire sends it cross ice. Chesterfield able to play it. D to D behind their net. Now an outlet on the near side. Loose puck for Rocco, and his shot goes over the net. Mitchell over for Moore on the near side. Moore puts one in behind the net. Wrapped around far side wall. Comes all the way to the side, up through the side wall. Chesterfield moves it ahead. Moore gets a stick on it in his own zone. Behind the goal, puts it off the wall for Rocco. Rocco evades his man, moves it to neutral zone. Chesterfield with it in their own end. Chesterfield cycles in neutral zone, trying to carry it in onside. They're successful. Puck pushed into the wall nicely by Smilanich. Moore is going to play it in the corner and sends it back up the wall for Rocco. Rocco on the carry out through neutral. Into the Chesterfield zone, had it picked off his stick. Chesterfield cleared the zone and then dumped back in by Hohendorf. Delayed offside gave Chesterfield some time to regroup. Dumped back in the Chesterfield zone. Loose for Ayler. In the corner, he's pressed into the wall. Keeps the puck. But Warman into help, comes out for Smilanich. Chesterfield drives it in. Pass in front, goes all the way through. Loose to the point. Shot in on Jabraki, knocked down by Rocco, and loose puck for Bidwarman. Bidwarman over for Rocco. Pushed into the wall. We're going to get a penalty here. Or offsides. Chesterfield moves it out. Well, there is a penalty, delayed call. Chesterfield will try to make something happen with the one-man advantage, empty net. Far side, Moore loosens it up, and we'll get a touch-up. A tripping call whistled on West Michigan. Rocco is going to go serve that. So Chesterfield with the first special teams play of the game. 30 seconds. 30 seconds left in the period. Play it out to the point. Chesterfield puts it back on the wall. Trying to set something up. Near side point. Shot deflected just wide of net. Timpey battles behind the net. Timpey, nice job, holds it there. Good job, Timpey. 5 seconds on the clock. Chesterfield moves it out near side. Timpey on it again. Lopshire now. And with that, we will end the first period. An early goal by Chesterfield gives them the 1-0 lead. Nothing since. Fairly even on the shot clock. All right, second period about ready to start. More up front. We're on the penalty kill still. Minute 31. I don't know why the power play clock reset on the board, but minute 30 left in the power play. Moore, Hooper, Timpey, and Lopshire. Chesterfield trying to set something up. Breaks it out, far side, takes it wide. Timpey holds him there. Puck dumped deep. Timpey after it. Pass near side. Now out to the point position. Back out to the wall. Back to the point. Shot in on Jabrocki, a glove save. Minute left in the power penalty kill. Mitchell comes out for the penalty kill along with Smilanich. Chesterfield with the win. They move it over to the far side point. Top of the circle, pass in front. Mitchell takes it away and tries to burn one down the ice. Held in by the point. Pass on the wall. Hooper with a hit. Mitchell finds it. This one goes length of the ice. Chesterfield carries out. Now you're on a power play. Held up by Mitchell. Chesterfield, though, turns. They've got a man open on the doorstep. Shot saved by Jabrocki. Buck Jabrocki in net. Timpey in the corner. Chesterfield trying to find something. Timpey with a great stick lift, holds it in the wall. Loose in the corner. Chesterfield. Timpey again, pushes it into the wall. One-man wrecking machine. Timpey turns and burns it. Penalty killed. And we'll get a whistle as he burned it just as the power play was expiring. And we'll bring it back down for a D-zone draw. Smilanich, Rocco, Kuhn, Bidwarman, and Ayler. Miles Ayler on the faceoff. Chesterfield wins it. It's loose in the corner. Ayler after it. Centering pass comes out, deflected in the feet, cleared by Rocco. Slap shot, top of the circle goes wide. Loose on the far side, Bidwarman's there. Bidwarman leaves it for Ayler. Ayler pedals ahead. Ayler into the zone, pushed into the corner. Squeezed into the wall. Chesterfield moved it to neutral zone. Poulin's there. Goes loose. Chesterfield. Poulin loses an edge. Chesterfield centers it, and that one-timer just goes wide. From the wall, slap shot knocked down by Rocco. Loose behind the net for Kuhn. Kuhn finds it in the feet, puts it in the wall. Kuhn battles. Loose behind the net. Poulin after it. Sent near side wall. Chesterfield at the end line. Turnover for Rocco. Rocco's pass through the middle. Intercepted by Chesterfield. Near side, Rocco lays a hit. And we get another penalty. Penalty kill now again. Moore comes out. Lopshire, Mitchell, and Hohendorf. Lopshire wraps it around the wall. Point man's going to try to hold it in. Dumps it in deep. Jumps. Oh, Rocco, not Lopshire. Pass through the middle. Nice job by Rocco. Big hit in the crease. Chesterfield unable to play it in. Loose in the neutral zone. Mitchell digs after it. Chesterfield gets possession. They'll cycle it back to the far side. Mitchell gives chase. Chesterfield carries it in wide. Rocco, stick on it into the corner. Lays a hit behind the net. Chesterfield plays it right back. Here they come back in the zone. Drop pass for the point. Pass out to the top of the zone. Shot in on Jabraki, and he gloves for the whistle. Hooper and Timpey on D, Ayler and Lopshire, the 4th penalty killers. Pass on the doorstep, a stone cold save by Jabraki. Loose and cleared. Buck Jabraki, a big save there. Doorstep on the backdoor pass. One-timer, Jabraki dragged a leg over and stuffed it. Chesterfield breaks it out. Ayler makes them think about it. They'll take it wide, far side, loose behind the net. Pass out to an open point position. Shot in on Jabraki wide. Loose on the far side, cleared by Timpey. Oh, the point man knocked it down, held it in, but it's loose to Hooper. There you go, Lopshire finds it and dumps it in deep. 15 seconds left in the penalty kill. Goaltender plays it around the side. Lopshire giving chase, holds it there. They have to cycle back behind the net. And on the ice comes Budwarman. Played into the West Michigan zone. Hooper's there. Backhand to Budwarman. Nice move. Moves it around. Budwarman through mid-ice. Powers ahead, trying to move it in. Offside's waved off. Chesterfield gets possession. Into the West Michigan zone, shot wide. Played in the corner, Timpey. Played behind the net, Moore. For Budwarman at the wall, he's tied up. Timpey with it. D to Hooper. Puck loose, shot in, and a save by Jabraki. You don't like to see these shots piled up, but great save after great save. Shift change for West Michigan. Kuhn and Poulin on defense. Ayler, Budwarman, and Poulin up front. Chesterfield holds it at the wall. Played towards the middle, loose in the feet. Chesterfield gets it. They'll play it behind the net. Kuhn's there. Chesterfield in the corner. Kuhn pins the man up. It's loose. Ayler's after it. Miles tries to move it out. Runs into traffic. Loose in front. Shot goes wide. Kuhn's there. Moves it up the wall. Loose for Ayler. Off the wall for Budwarman. Budwarman carries to the middle with it. Turns, gets it on the forehand, played towards net in the skates of Ayler. Chesterfield finds it. And a cross-ice pass to the near side on the breakout. Held out of the zone, so they'll regroup. Pass back. Icing arm should be up, and it is. We'll bring it back for an offensive zone draw. Moore is out with Rocco and Smilanich. Hohendorf and Rocco on defense. Face-off played behind the net. Chesterfield with it. They'll bang one through neutral zone, picked off by Rocco. Held in neutral ice. Dumped in deep, Jabraki holds it. plays it back to the wall. Rocco sends it around the wall, far side. Smilanich holds it there, along with Moore. Gets it to near side for Hohendorf. And loosened up for Rocco. Rocco to the middle for Moore. Moore carries it, near side. Stops at the wall, feeds a pass to Hohendorf at the point. Hohendorf off the wall to himself. And now it's loose here in the neutral end. Rocco will be there, settles the puck down. Finds Smilanich on the streak. Lucas through mid-ice. Lucas takes it near side, puts it towards net, a save by the goaltender. Loose behind the net, Chesterfield with a stick on it, breaking it out far side. Pass through the middle, connects. Chesterfield drives it in with some speed. Hohendorf, nice D. Shot in on Jabraki, a save. Rocco from behind the net, sends it up the wall. Chesterfield steps down, put it in the corner. Loose behind the net, Chesterfield, far side corner. Pass out to the point. Loose out of the zone, and on a break is Smilanich. Smilanich pumps ahead. Lucas shoots! Oh, just over the post. Chesterfield gets the loose puck. They'll dump it in deep and give chase. Rocco feeds it to Smilanich on the Ayler on the wall. Puck played out to neutral. Here it comes. Rocco, one-on-one. Rocco, top of the circle, shot and save by the goaltender. Puck loose near side. Ayler giving chase. Chesterfield pulls it in the wall. Here comes Lopshire. Frees it up. Puck loose. Mitchell's on it. Gets it to Rocco. Rocco sends it around the wall. Chesterfield with possession, far corner. Outlet pass on the wall, off the wall. Hooper keeps it in. Hooper keeps another one in. Ayler with a stick on it. And Hooper gets the loose puck in his own end. Finds Mitchell just off his stick, but he gets it back. Mitchell carries through mid-ice. And just a skate blade off sides. And we have an intermission. Ice resurfacing here. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. 1-0 your score halfway through. Chesterfield with the lead. All right, we're back. Ready to start the second half of the game. We're ready to roll. Chesterfield with a 1-0 lead here, 7:25 left in the second period. Starting up for West Michigan. Moore is going to come out with Mitchell and Lopshire. Hohendorf and Rocco on defense. Chesterfield with possession in their own end. Behind the net. Pass to the middle. Moore stops the breakout. Chesterfield bangs it back to neutral zone. They've got it. Dumped in deep behind Rocco and net. I'm sorry, Jabraki in net, not Rocco. Chesterfield keeps it in. Put back out by Rocco. Lopshire hit from behind, gets it over for Mitchell. Mitchell fires it back for Rocco. He's got a lane. Rocco dumped it in deep. He's hard after it. Moore battling. Mitchell, puck loose. Moore's got it. Shooting lane. Shot just wide. Chesterfield brings it back into the West Michigan zone. Rocco moves it back to neutral. For Moore, he's tried to set up Mitchell just out of his reach. And in deep. Chesterfield behind their own net. They'll break it out to the near side. Nope, cycle it back behind the net. Now they'll send it back to the near side. Out to neutral zone, Rocco with possession. Rocco, pestered from behind, clears it back to neutral. Chesterfield with a stick on it and dumps it in deep. They've got a man speeding after it. Penalty arm up. And we'll get a penalty whistle, possibly, or offsides, I guess. A delayed offsides call. Or maybe an ice, I don't know. Either way, we get a face-off in the offensive zone. Ayler on the face-off. Rocco smiling a shot with him. Kuhn and Poulin on defense. Chesterfield breaks it out 2-on-1. Chesterfield shot in on Jabraki, and he'll hold for a save. Miles Ayler on the face-off dot. Played to the point for Chesterfield. Played in towards net, deflected wide. All the way out for Rocco. Rocco through neutral, chipped it through the air. Got it in the Chesterfield zone. Held up there. Ayler puts it towards the middle. Chesterfield with a stick on it, pulled it behind their net. Now moved it up the far side wall. Unable to out. Ayler sends it in. Chesterfield gets possession. Now breakout on the near side. Off the glass and deep. Kuhn from behind the net. Absorbs the hit. Moves the puck to Rocco. Rocco on the break. Through mid-ice. Rocco chipped around one. Chesterfield out. Poulin from the point takes the puck. In the feet, Chesterfield can't move it out. Timpey holds it in. Rocco keeps it at the wall. Chesterfield again with a stick on it. Rocco holds it in again. Rocco shot, save. Loose behind the net. Rocco moves it to Poulin. Poulin moves it over for Moore. Can't find it. Nice hit, big hit there by Poulin. Moore on the back wall. He goes down. Puck loose. Chesterfield finds it. They'll put it hard in the corner. But Warman pressures. Moore, Budwarman, Poulin up front. Moore's got it behind the net. Budwarman now trying to find the point man. Deflected into the wall. Chesterfield cleared it. Luke Hooper's there. Hooper tried to find Timpey. He kicks it to himself, gets it to Budwarman. Budwarman carries it ahead, backhand in deep. Chesterfield touches first. They'll break it out near side, deflected. They get it back into neutral zone. It's a good stick by Timpey, loosens it up for Hooper. Hooper's pass deflected by Chesterfield into the wall. Chipped off the wall, Chesterfield holds it in. Hard wrap around, far side. Chesterfield tried to play it behind the net, played out by Poulin. Played back in, Timpey intercepts. Timpey near side for Budwarman. Budwarman gets it in the zone for Poulin. Chesterfield with possession, hard off the wall. Bouncing puck goes deep, deflected, so icing waved off. Hooper from behind his own goal. Puts a backhand along the wall for Ayler. Ayler on the breakout. Lopshire back to Poulin. Or this is Hohendorf. Hohendorf chases. Hohendorf, nice play in the corner. In to help is Ayler. Ties it up there. Lopshire waits out. Chesterfield moves it behind the net. Lopshire pressures. Puck loose on the far wall. Mitchell with a stick on it. Chesterfield, though, clears the zone. Loose to Rocco. Rocco, D to Hohendorf. Back to Rocco. Rocco finds a crease. Moves it ahead. Rocco in on net. Shot wide right. Puck played towards the middle. Neutral zone, Hohendorf. Back to Chesterfield, picked off by Lopshire. Lopshire takes it wide. He's got Hohendorf going towards the net. Lopshire into the wall. Feeds a pass to Rocco. A shot deflected before it got to the goalie. Wrap around near side. Moore is going to have it at the point. Puts it off the wall. Chesterfield there, and they'll clear. Rocco with quick possession, though. Crosses the red line, dumps it in deep. Wraps all the way around to the near side. Mitchell battles on the wall. Goes loose for Moore. Moore rips a shot, saved by the goalie. Mitchell with a pass in front, knocked down. Chesterfield moves it out. Loose off the stick. Rocco for Moore. Moore loops in his own zone. Finds a lane. Moore takes it wide. Down in the corner, behind the net. Moore still with possession. Lost it in the ref's skates. Gets a pass to Kuhn at the point. Kuhn goes D to Rocco. Rocco, top of the circle shot, save. Loose behind the net. Chesterfield breaks out. Held in by Mitchell. Chesterfield now high off the glass into neutral zone. Mitchell possesses. Bryce Mitchell weaves his way through. Chipped off his stick at the blue line. Sent back to neutral. Rocco holds it. Into the zone onside. Rocco chipped off his stick. Kuhn with a shot and saved by the goaltender. A little frisky down there. Just 40 seconds or so left in the period. Offensive zone draw. Ayler, Smilanich, Rocco, Kuhn, and Poulin. Chesterfield wins the draw, wraps it around for neutral zone. Kuhn gives chase. Finds it in his own zone behind Jabraki. Pass picked off by Chesterfield. Pass in front, saved by Jabraki. Loose on the far wall. Kuhn feeds it to Smilanich. Smilanich off the wall. Chesterfield with possession. Near side, picked on. Oh, Chesterfield keeps it, dumps it in on Jabraki, and he'll hold that for a whistle. 9 seconds on the second period clock. Ayler on the face-off dot. Ayler ties it up, pushed into the wall, moved out, and ahead for Smilanich. Had it in his feet, pushed deep, and that will do it for second period. Chesterfield holds on to that goal they scored in the first period, less than a minute in. Buck Jabraki has been solid in net ever since. West Michigan got a few more shots there at the end of that second period. Let's see if that continues. That's what they need. Close game like this, got to get the puck on the net and get those rebounds. Even this game up. Third period set to begin. Moore comes out with Lopshire and Mitchell. Timpey and Hooper on defense. Here we go. Timpey with the with the puck. Pass intercepted by Chesterfield. Dumped in. Hooper after the loose puck. Luke Hooper moves it ahead for Mitchell. Mitchell gets pressure from behind, keeps it into the zone, shallow. Chesterfield tipped out of play. Timpey collects the face-off. Lopshire bangs it in deep. Wrapped all the way to the far side. Moore's after it. Played into the back wall for Mitchell. Loose now, far side. Chesterfield with room to break it out. Pass in the middle. Pass to the near side. Timpey with a stick, pushes play into the corner. Moore's there as well. Timpey moves it up for Lopshire. Parker finds a lane through mid-ice. Crosses the red line and dumps it in deep. Mitchell's going to get there. Pressed into the wall. Chesterfield pulls it out. Send it cross ice. Somehow that was tipped. Icing waved off. Kuhn carries it ahead. Pass through mid-ice. Deflected in by Ayler. Hard after it's Bedwarman. Bedwarman, Ayler, and Poulin up front. Kuhn and Poulin on defense. Poulin takes it off the wall. Drives towards net. Has it pushed back to the back wall. Up the corner. Far side. Back into the corner. Ayler after it. Poulin kicks it for himself. Behind the net. Centers it out for Bedwarman. Goes to the point. Poulin with a shot, and that's deflected up into the net. Miles Ayler in for the face-off. Wins it for Poulin. Poulin's shot goes wide, wrapped around far side. His brother will pick it up from the defensive position. Centers a pass. Played by Chesterfield. Big hit there by Poulin, levels him. Chesterfield at the red line dumps it in deep. Loose behind the net, Poulin. Left in the corner, Chesterfield played it, picked off by Poulin. Back in the corner it goes, Ayler digs it out. Chesterfield puts it right back, behind the net, Kuhn. Oh, he took a hit, penalty arms up, and we'll get a whistle. Not sure intentional, but it was a headshot. So West Michigan goes on the power play. Offensive zone draw. Opportunity here. Moore, Rocco, Smilanich, Hohendorf, and Rocco on defense. Rocco from the point position, backhands it on the wall. Chesterfield slap shots that down. Jabraki settles it down. Hohendorf chases. Hohendorf behind his own net. Pressured, carries it out. Goes loose, Smilanich still picks it up. Smilanich pumping those legs, crosses the red line. Goes loose into the wall. Rocco with a stick on it, loose for Moore in front. Push to the back wall, Rocco. Chesterfield there, loose. Chesterfield's got it, and they'll put a backhand through the air. Goes deep on Jabraki. Hohendorf will collect. From behind the net, sends the cycle back for Rocco. Rocco, outlet up for Smilanich. Smilanich in the middle off of the stick of Rocco. Chesterfield turns, held up at the red line by Hohendorf, finds Rocco in neutral ice. Rocco for Moore, he'll circle back. Back to Smilanich. Lucas, mid-ice, finds his way through. Loose into the goaltender, and he'll get a glove on it for a whistle. Ayler on the face-off, Mitchell and Lopshire's line mates, Timpey and Hooper on defense. Mitchell from the corner, cycles it for Lopshire. Lopshire back to Mitchell on the wall. Mitchell fires a pass back to Hooper. Hooper back to Mitchell at the wall. Mitchell from the top of the circle, shot deflected and over. Ayler chips on the wall, gets it to Timpey. Timpey's shot in on net. And a save by the goaltender. Face off. Chesterfield wins it. They get it out to neutral. Hooper has it. Hooper's pass deflected, but Ayler recovers. Tries to get Lopshire picked off by Chesterfield, picked off by Ayler. Ayler drives it in wide. Miles shoots, save. No rebound chance by Mitchell. Timpey holds it in neutral zone, waits for Mitchell to come on side, dumps it in off a skate. Held up there. Chesterfield back with 5 skaters. Neutral zone, backhand pass played by Hooper, gets it to Lopshire. Parker finds his way through, centers a pass played by Chesterfield out of the zone. Timpey over to Hooper. Lopshire circles. Tried to find Hooper, deflected. In the feet, now Timpey digs it out. Timpey bangs it in deep. He goes hard after it, behind the net. Love that hustle. Puck goes through the crease. Chesterfield with it far side. Trying to break it out, held up by Poulin. Poulin gets around 1, gets around 2. In the corner, shoves it behind the net, takes a hit. Into the corner, Moore's after it. Out to Timpey at the point, shot in, played off a skate. and cleared for an icing. But Warm and Poulin more up front. Kuhn and Poulin on defense. Face off, won by Chesterfield. Played around the near side. Played out into the West Michigan zone. They've got some numbers here. Poulin, good job to hold it there. Pass in the middle, picked off by Moore. Moore with it in his own end. He'll curl back behind the net. Bounces off the back wall for himself. Outlet goes long and icing's waved off. Played around behind the net, pressuring his Poulin. Off to the D behind the net. Chesterfield on the near side. Breakout, knocked down by Budwarman. Big hit by Kuhn. Poulin holds it. Budwarman's after it. Point man puts it back in deep. Loose behind the net. Chesterfield's there. Point man shot in on Jabrocki, goes wide. Rebound on the back door is cleared out nicely by Kuhn. Icing arms up, and we'll bring it down for a draw. .10:15 left in the third. Ayler's on the dot. Rocco, near side corner. Chesterfield. Chesterfield moves it behind the net, tried to center it, knocked down. Ayler ties the man up. Rocco with the loose puck, centers it for Smilanich. Lucas has the puck pushed into the corner, he's after it. Ayler to help. Ayler digs it out. Ayler loses the man behind the net. Smilanich has it. Chesterfield on the far side breakout. Backhand near side. Settled down here by Rocco. Rocco turns. Outlet pass for his brother. Goes long. Deflected, so icing waved off. Chesterfield behind their net. Rocco pressuring. In comes Smilanich. Lucas has a loose puck. Fires it out for Rocco at the point. Rocco slides. Shot in on net. And we get a save for a whistle. Moore's in on the faceoff dot. Mitchell and Lopshire's line mates. Rocco and Hohendorf on defense. Chesterfield on the near side with it. Behind their own goal, D. Puck bounces, Lopshire pressures. Chesterfield sweeps it and carries it out on the break. Chesterfield on the doorstep with possession at the faceoff dot. Pass to the point, shot deflects up and into the net. Moore, Mitchell, Lopshire, Poulin, and Rocco on defense. Face off out to the point. Chesterfield far side point, shot in and gloved by Rocco. I'm sorry, Jabrocki. $17 each. Point position, shot in on Jabrocki, another save. Lopshire up to mid-ice. Chesterfield from behind their own goal on the breakout. Pass cross ice, more pressures there. Chesterfield gets it back, feeds a pass to the near side. They'll break it up mid-ice. Rocco with pressure, pushes it into the corner, now behind the net. Hooper out on D. Moore with the loose puck, in the corner with it. Chesterfield gets it back. They feed a pass to the top of the zone, now near side. Shot in on Jabrocki, goes wide. Played behind the net. Chesterfield tried to pop one out in front, goes back to the point position. Thought his man was waiting, instead it goes out to neutral zone. Chesterfield on the regroup. Pass near side on the zone break. Chesterfield down low. In the corner, Hooper and Rocco pressuring. Loose. Oh, Poulin almost carried it out. Through neutral zone, still loose. Poulin's got it, feeds Mitchell. Bryce Mitchell brings it ahead. Mitchell from the face-off dot. Shot over the net. And Chesterfield breaks to neutral zone. Hooper through mid-ice. Mitchell drives him into the boards. Hooper trying to find it in the feet. Chesterfield moves it out. Pass around the boards. Point man holds it in off the Zamdor. Right to Timpey. Timpey outlets to Mitchell. Mitchell through the middle. Chesterfield. Timpey digs it away. Timpey, just pure effort, tried to center one, picked off, but it's played by Poulin. Poulin puts a shot in on net, saved by the goaltender. Loose in the feet, far side corner, Ayler, along with Mitchell. On the wall, Mitchell ties it up. Ayler, Miles takes it out. He's got some room. Miles takes it behind the net, tries to center a pass. Goaltender played it up in the air and cleared into the wall. Chesterfield able to move it to the near side. Chesterfield, they've got a lane to move it. Ayler with a hit. Played it in deep. Jabrocki settles it for Poulin. Loose behind the net. Chesterfield with it. Played out in front. Still loose in front, now side of the net. Ayler. Loose in the corner. Played back to the far side. After it is Timpey. Chesterfield takes it away. Out of the near side. Shot disrupted. Loose down low. And Jabrocki seals it on the post. West Michigan with a change. Moore, Smilanich, and Rocco up front. Kuhn and Poulin on defense. Puck played in the corner. Poulin behind the net. Chesterfield takes it away. Chesterfield pass to the point. Back to the wall. Now into the corner. Back up the wall. Moore's got a stick on it. Tries to get it out. Rocco is going to get possession. Rocco gets around one. Smilanich streaks towards net. Lucas, his shot's disrupted. Chesterfield takes it away. Pass to the near side connects. Dropped it. A shot in on Jabrocki, a save, and Smothers for the whistle. Ayler on the face-off. Tied up in the feet. Chesterfield pulls it into the wall. Ayler gives chase. Lopshire behind the net. Oh, a little centering pass caught by Jabrocki. And he'll hold for another whistle. Hohendorf plays it around near side for Lopshire. Lopshire's pass through the middle, played by Chesterfield. They'll get it in deep. Played behind Jabrocki. This is Rocco up the wall for Lopshire. Lopshire centers it over for Mitchell. Mitchell takes it wide. Mitchell from behind the net. Still with possession. Mitchell up the wall with it. He's pressed into the wall. Gets it to Rocco at the point. Puts a backhand in deep. Now moved up the wall. Chesterfield on the break. Hohendorf presses man. Puck goes through the crease. And it's loose in the corner. Moore gives chase. Moore's pass through the middle off of Mitchell's stick. And sent back into the West Michigan end. Rocco's pass goes all the way through. Hard after it is Poulin. Chesterfield keeping it on the near side. Poulin right on the back. Chesterfield sends it cross ice. Hooper. Held up behind the goal. Now moved into the corner. Poulin with a hit. Rocco with a hit. Loose behind the net. Chesterfield tried to center it in on Jabrocki. Goes loose for Poulin. He's got Budwarman with him. Poulin. Chesterfield takes it away. And they'll dump it in deep. Puck loose on the near side. 3 minutes left in the third period. Loose for Ayler. Ayler through mid-ice. Gets it to Budwarman. Budwarman has it punched off his stick into the wall. Able to keep it in the zone. Chesterfield there. Now in neutral zone. Chesterfield trying to find it. Timpey with the stick on it. Dumped in deep. Hooper on the back wall. Outlet for Budwarman. Budwarman off the wall. Chipping for Ayler. Goes long for Chesterfield possession. Chesterfield D-to-D in their own end. Outlet on the far side. Ayler has a stick on it. In the West Michigan zone, Timpey gets possession. Sends it near side for Smilanich. Lucas regroups in his own end. Now fires a pass cross ice for Moore. Moore's got it. He gets run in the crease. Put in deep, icing arms up, and we'll bring it back for an offensive zone draw. Under 2 minutes left. Third period, 1-0. Rocco on the face-off. Mitchell and Lopshire out with him. Chesterfield, near side. Dumped in the zone deep. Behind Jabrocki. Mitchell. Poulin up the wall. Mitchell gets it back to neutral zone. Picked off by Kuhn. Moore, Mitchell, Lopshire up front, Kuhn and Poulin on defense. Face-off picked off by Mitchell. Mitchell drives it in, shot, save, and goaltender will bring it in for a whistle. Rocco, Timpey. Empty net on the West Michigan side, 6-on-5 as Ayler comes out. Face off, one back to Rocco. Rips a shot just wide of net. Loose on the far side, Timpey puts it in the corner for Lopshire. Parker's run into, backhand, held in the zone. Lopshire puts it behind the net. Moore's going to be there. Moore sends it back far side. Lopshire back to the near side for Ayler. Ayler off the wall for Rocco. That comes out of the zone. And we'll get a whistle, offsides call. Jabrocki goes back in the net. Moore, Mitchell, Lopshire, Timpey, Rocco. Face-off sent towards the... Moore on the wall, tied up in the feet, trying to move it ahead. Chesterfield gets it in the zone. Rocco up for Mitchell. Mitchell's backhand in deep. Moore's going to go after it behind the net. And we'll get a whistle with 16 seconds left on the clock. Jabrocki emptied the net. Rocco's out for the added forward. Moore wins the draw to Timpey. Timpey towards net. Gets another one down low. Goaltender plays it wide. That one's going to be clear. Chesterfield's going to win. 6 seconds on the clock. Timpey gives chase. Oh, we're going to face off. One more chance here down low. That'll do it. Solid game, both sides. Chesterfield with a goal in the first minute of the game. And Chesterfield with a 1-0 win. Back tomorrow at 12:30 against BRPD, back here at Patterson Ice Arena. Come and watch live or online.